Hey guys, Cam here from PhoneDog.com, and the BlackBerry Leap is the company's latest attempt at breaking into the bottom end of the smartphone market. And unlike all the other new BlackBerries on the market, it doesn't have a physical keyboard. We've got it in its retail packaging, so we're going to unbox it and give you our first impressions of this latest pocket-friendly BlackBerry. Now, the BlackBerry Leap's box itself is pretty basic. There are no extravagant textures or graphics. But on one end, there is a bright red panel, and I actually quite like that simplicity. Now, in the box, the phone, of course, sits on the top, but if we place that to one side, we'll have a look under the cardboard shelf and find a bunch of paper guides. All in different languages, of course. There's also a very basic no-frill set of cheap plastic earphones. And of course, a wall adapter and the USB socket you'll find on one side. There's also a micro USB cable. But if we get to the phone itself, we'll peel the protective film off the front and off the back. Now on to first impressions, and it reminds me a little of the Z10 from a couple of years ago. It's 9.5mm thin, and the back has this rubberized, grippy texture with a dimpled finish, a little like a golf ball or the Galaxy S5. There's also a chrome-finished BlackBerry logo, and set in its own rectangular glass panel is an 8-megapixel camera with a single LED flash, and it's capable of recording 1080p video. There's also a rectangular grid of cutout holes which covers the single loudspeaker on the bottom. If you go to the bottom edge, there's a micro USB port and a microphone. On the top edge is the power button and a 3.5mm jack. And on the left edge, there's a flap that covers the micro SIM and micro SD card slots. But on the right edge is where you'll find the volume up and down buttons, as well as the quick launch button, which activates BlackBerry Assistant as default. Now, the entire front of this device is covered by a single sheet of glass and features only the pill-shaped earpiece, a 2-megapixel camera, and BlackBerry's logo. That's as well as the 5-inch 720p by 1280 resolution display, which at 294 ppi certainly seems plenty sharp enough considering this is just $275. In the UK, they are £199. Other specs of the device include Qualcomm's 1.5GHz dual-core processor. It also has 2GB of RAM and 16GB of storage, which you can expand all the way up to 128GB using the microSD card. As for software, it's running the latest BlackBerry 10.3.1. There's also a 2800 mAh non-removable battery, and the unlocked version supports LTE bands 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 13, and 17, so it's good to go on AT&T or T-Mobile in the States. So first impressions are generally quite good. Quick looks through the operating system give a smooth experience, but I'm going to need more time with this device to get my full thoughts. I'll have a review at some point later on this month. I've been Cam, I'm at PhoneDog_Cam on Twitter. You can follow me on there. Retweet my tweets, talk to me, or just use the comments section down below, and I'll get involved as and when I've got time. I will see you again soon.